The Earth has so much more to offer than the usual lions, giraffes, dogs, cows, and cats. Not only at the ocean's depths, but all throughout Mother Nature, scientists are continually discovering new forms of life. For instance, 2 new species of African antelope and a tree lizard measuring 6 feet in length have been discovered in the previous few years. This video explores the appeal of 10 of the planet's most interesting creatures. So make sure to stay with us till the end of the video to learn some amazing and mysterious facts about these creatures. The Earth is a wondrous and wild place, populated with millions of fascinating creatures, the vast majority of which most of us have never even seen or heard of. Each and every creature on this planet has its own unique characteristics that make it interesting. These creatures can be interesting for a number of other reasons, such as their appearance, behavior, or the way they reproduce. Earth's natural processes, including the evolutionary process, have produced some of the most interesting creatures ever seen. Some of the world's most fascinating creatures are those that are relegated to deserted or sparsely populated regions, where they are hard to study and frequently face extinction. But we have managed to make a list of the top 10 most interesting creatures found on Earth. So let's get on with it. Number 10. Kakapo. A kakapo is the largest parrot species on Earth. The kakapo is unique to New Zealand and is the only parrot that cannot fly. Because of a facial disc that gives it an owlish appearance, this parrot is also known as the owl parrot. The bird has a possible lifespan of 100 years. What makes this creature interesting is its peculiar odor. It makes a dog-like barking sound, is both chubby and nocturnal, and the way it reproduces. To attract a mate, male kakapos will clean the area around them, dig a small hole in the ground, enter a trance-like state, and create loud booming noises like a foghorn. This booming sound can travel for several kilometers. But the sad part is that only 300 of these kakapos remain. And the reason for that is the dogs and cats brought to New Zealand by Europeans quickly learned its scent and hunted them down. This is another instance of mankind's messing with nature. The sound they make might be annoying, but let's be honest, isn't it fun to say the word kakapo? Number 9. Olm. What has 3 toes on its forelimbs and 2 on its hind limbs? Pale human-like skin, can't see, lives to be 100, and can survive for 10 years without food in a cave? You're right if you said Olm. Unlike most other salamanders, this blind species lives in the limestone caverns of southern Europe. The Olm's hearing and smell are exceptionally well developed. Its olfactory system is so refined that it can detect the presence of countless tiny organisms in its immediate vicinity. After pulling in one of these beasts, many fishermen begin to think that sea monsters are real. Number 8. Barrel eye fish. The transparent-headed barrel eye is an extremely rare sight in the wild. Despite being recorded since 1939, the fluid bubble that gives this fish its distinctive appearance was often punctured and deflated in the early specimens due to the use of nets or lines. The clear top of its head functions similarly to the cockpit in a fighter jet. The fish can rotate its eyes upward and backward to see its prey. Pretty useful, right? The fish can also exhibit its anatomy without suffering any ill effects. Guess what? If it didn't live so deep underwater, you would have definitely put it in an aquarium by now. Number 7. Platypus. The platypus is an interesting creature for many reasons. It has a duckbill, it produces eggs, and the males have poisonous spines on their hind legs. The platypus and the echidna, 2 of these bizarre monotremes, can detect electrical fields to locate prey. With the exception of the Guyana dolphin, no other mammal is capable of doing this. The animal also gives out a blue-green glow when exposed to black light. The female has 2 ovaries, but only her left one produces eggs. Her infants are nourished by their mother's dermal pores, rather than teats, when they emerge from their eggs. Infants are born with teeth, but eventually lose them. Their fat-rich tails were also traditionally consumed by humans. Number 6. Komodo Dragon. This is the largest monitor lizard species on Earth. The bacterium count in its saliva is so high that getting bitten by it will almost certainly result in death. It is an ambush predator that, unlike a poisonous snake, frequently pulls out its victim's throat and lets it bleed to death. The dragon will then tear off and consume parts of its prey, or swallow the whole thing if it's small enough. The largest male in the group will be the one to feast upon the dead prey. Despite its hunting prowess, the Komodo dragon appears to have a taste for dead animals. The reports that show it digs up and consumes human remains also appear to be real. Number 5. Ninebanded Armadillo. This creature is well known for its armor, which consists of scutes attached to bone plates. Some of the armadillo species are able to wrap up into a ball when they feel threatened, while others, like the Ninebanded Armadillo, would jump 4 feet into the air. The armadillo's method of reproduction is remarkable in its own right. There may be only one fertilized egg, but it takes some time for it to implant into the mother's uterus. After implantation, it will divide into 4 individual embryos. In addition to being a disease reservoir for the Trypanosoma cruzi parasite, the armadillo is also one of the few animal hosts capable of contracting leprosy. Number 4. Sperm Whale. One of the most interesting marine creatures on this list is the sperm whale. Although it may be found in most of the world's oceans, this large and clever mammal is nevertheless at risk of extinction. It is the loudest animal on the planet. It uses its extensive vocal range to locate food and connect with other sperm whales. The whale, sometimes known as a cachalot, will go as deep as 6,600 feet to find its preferred food, the giant squid. The whale's digestive system is responsible for the production of both sperm oil and ambergris. To this day, there are still perfumes made with ambergris. The whales can also be found washed up on beaches. No one knows why sperm whales rest vertically with their heads just below the water's surface. Number 3. Hyrax. The Hyrax, often called a dassy, is one of the world's most fascinating animals. The Hyrax is an odd-looking creature you would think belongs either to the lagomorph or rodent families, based on its appearance. But it belongs to neither of them. The elephant, and astonishingly, the manatee are its closest relatives. It has tusks that continue to grow through its lifetime, and has rhinoceros-like cheek teeth. Hyraxes are omnivores, meaning that in addition to the herbs, grasses, fruit, and leaves they eat on a daily basis, they will also eat small lizards, insects, and bird eggs that they will find when sunbathing themselves on nearby rocks. Just like horses, Hyraxes do not have the ability to vomit, and like cows, have a multi-chambered stomach. It's still not as good at digesting cellulose as a cow, and it has no body heat. To get its body temperature up, the Hyrax must sun itself like a reptile. Number 2. Darwin bark spider. In 2009, the world learned for the first time about Darwin's bark spiders. These are astonishing. For starters, its silk is significantly stronger than that of any other type of spider. It's 10 times as strong as Kevlar, which is the stuff used in bulletproof vests. Furthermore, they string their webs across rivers rather than along them. How, you may ask? Well, perhaps they made it across by swimming, but who knows? Their webs are the largest and sturdiest found to date. They feast on buzzing insects like honeybees, dragonflies, and wriggling mayflies. Up to 32 mayflies have been found in one web at a time. There has also been speculation that these webs may also trap birds. Nature, it seems, is more inventive than science fiction authors. Number 1. The Mimic Octopus. In 1998, scientists discovered the Mimic Octopus in Indonesia's murky, shallow waters. What makes it interesting? It is quite good at mimicking many marine life forms. For instance, the octopus can imitate a crab, leading genuine crabs to mistake it for a potential partner. The crab that is trying to mate with it is presumably shocked before it gets eaten. The natural world may be a harsh place. Just picture yourself with the hot date you met at the pub, only to find out it's actually a hungry grizzly bear, eager to eat you. This was all about the most interesting creatures on Earth. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a comment below and tell us which one was your favorite. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, subscribe so that you never miss a video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.